Welcome to the La Crosse Community Theater. On behalf of the volunteers, board of directors, and staff, we want to invite you to experience a brand new view. This presentation will share with you what is planned for the new La Crosse Community Theater. I'll begin with a brief outline of our goals and then show you the concepts through drawings and plans. We want to thank you in advance for your time and consideration. La Crosse Community Theater began as a dream in 1962 with an incorporation as a non-for-profit 501c3 corporation in 1963. In 1968, we purchased a temporary home. 44 years later, we're still there. The challenge is our audiences are not the same as they were 44 years ago. Our current mission is about enriching lives through education and performance. And today, we are unable to meet our mission because of space limitations and inaccessibility. Therefore, we're proposing a new theater to meet the needs of our audience now and in the future. Our goals are many. We want a building that is fully accessible to all. We want to expand our educational and performance opportunities. We want to create a centralized lobby. We need larger, better equipped spaces. We anticipate increasing revenues from rentals. We hope to serve as a centralized box office. Feel the need for a mid-sized theater space here in La Crosse, as we currently have a theater that seats 1,000 and a theater that seats 140, but there's no theater that seats 450, our anticipated seating capacity. We hope to be an economic draw for local businesses and provide an anchor for our arts district here in La Crosse. One significant goal is sustainability. It helps no one to have a new building that is not able to be cared for. Our approach is to create an operating reserve fund by setting aside 8% of each donation. The goal is then to convert this amount to an endowment sometime in the future. The second sustainability comes from the expansion of opportunities. With a second performance space and increased seating capacity, we can provide performances that are not currently available in La Crosse. We can increase our Theater for Youth programs with more classes and performances for our youth, and we have spaces in the building available for rentals and other revenue opportunities. Success truly comes from proper operations backed by safeguards. This project has been ongoing for a while. In 2008, we were offered some land. Unfortunately, at that time, we were unable to absorb the tax burden. So we began the process, and in March 2010, we were granted a tax exemption for the donated land. We promised to be good stewards and have an appropriate relationship with the local governments to ensure that we pay our fair share for the fire protection and police services, but we are not burdened with an unsustainable tax obligation. In June 2010, we created an oversight committee that's serving as the stewards of this capital campaign and the building facility. In October of 2010, we finalized our land agreement and kicked off the Oversight Committee's responsibilities and duties. They have been working hard ever since. In April of 2011, we kicked off the client phase of our capital campaign. Our public campaign begins now. Our proposed budget is in fairly simple terms here. Although the land has been donated, there is some costs to develop the land. We've set aside a certain amount. There is a building under construction, and we have put in a bridge loan, although if our funding comes in appropriately and in a proper time schedule, we won't actually have to take that bridge loan. And then we've set aside a plan for theater equipment. All this brings us to $6.2 million. Of course, we also want to set up our operating reserve of $500,000 minimally, which gives us a campaign total of $6.7 million. We start with the location of our new theater. Here it is on Front Street between Riverside Center South and Marriott Hotel in this parking lot. As you can see from this shot, it's connected to the Riverwalk right there next to the river. If we could look at the theater from across the river, this is where you'd see it located. Again, Riverside Center South is here and the Marriott is here. Piggy's Restaurant is right there. And that's parking space. That's the home of our new La Crosse Community Theater. Let's take a drive up to the theater. This is what you see today. This is what we hope you'll see in the future. Point out to you our marquee and our front entrance. This glass stairwell here to give you an inside view. And I'd like to point out this proposed glass garage door so that during the day you can look inside the scene shop and sort of see art being created live. We're going to walk inside the theater And we start with some of the key elements. First, if you were to walk into our current theater, this is the stairwell you see. In our new theater, we propose a grand staircase so that you can get up to the balcony seating, and you can get to the main theater, and you can also look around and enjoy the view. This is our current box office, and this is our new box office. It's going to be centralized for easy access. It also will be host of our concession stand, so all of our money is centrally located in one space, one location, where audience can get to from a number of different sides. In our current theater, if you were to walk in the doors, this would be the view you see. In our new theater, this is the view, the grand view of the river. So putting it all together, our current lobby includes these 4 locations: the concession stand, these 2 side rooms, the box office. Our new lobby will include this grand and glorious experience with our box office and concession stands, our views, and our accessibility to upstairs and down. Having seen the drawings, let's go take a look at some floor plans of the theater. We're going to start with the ground floor. This is our entrance. We walk through here. You can see where the box office is. It's not going to be blocking the front door. Audience can come in, take their time, and then when the box office line is a little shorter, take care of business. You can see where the theater is. The entrance into our ground floor seating is 270 seats. You can see the stage, an orchestra pit, and a view. These are where the restrooms are. In our current theater, we have only 2 for women and 2 for men. In our new theater, we will have 6 stalls for the women and 2 stalls for the men downstairs, fully accessible to all. This is a backstage area, our green rooms and dressing rooms for the actors. This is the scene shop for construction of sets. It also can serve as a walkover if we need it in the stage. This is our art gallery space, which is right next to the view of the river. Of course, our patio space that links directly to the Riverwalk. The thing we're most excited about, our black box theater. This is a second performing space. The size of the black box theater is equal to the stage on the main stage, so we can have for rehearsals. It's 2 stories tall, so we can do performances. We anticipate offering kids classes as well as performances for kids, and in addition, other opportunities and other kinds of performance styles that we cannot do in a 450-seat theater. This black box will be a true black box. The seating will be totally flexible. You just never know what you're going to see when you walk into the space. Our biggest, proudest moment of the black box theater is this wall right here. This is a moving wall, so that we can actually take it out, and the black box can be an expansion of the lobby. We can set up situations where we have dinner in the lobby, you walk into the black box for a show, have dinner in the black box, and walk into the lobby for a show. Special events, weddings, receptions, etc. can be held in this space and area. Moving up to the second floor, we're going to go up the grand staircase. This is our balcony here that goes all the way around, surrounding the seat, so the audience again has ability to move, get in and out, ease of traffic patterns. Here's our restroom, 2 more sets of restrooms, both for men and women. These are our office spaces. This is the top of the black box with its control booth, and this is the classroom. Currently, right now, it's a universal space, free to do anything that we need to, and will be constantly used and constantly changing. Moving up to our third floor, I'd like to point out this is our costume shop, this is our prop storage, this is the mechanical storage, but then what we really have to offer here is the rooftop terrace. You notice that there's 2 sets of stairs to it, as well as the elevator. Our elevator goes all the way to the top and all the way to the bottom. This particular area here, we anticipate this being a classroom space, one more opportunity for our youth to learn and experience theater. We're going to move down to the basement of the theater because, yes, we do include an orchestra pit. If you were to step into our current theater, you'd see that our orchestra is sitting right next to the table saw, drowning in sawdust. But here we're going to have a full orchestra pit to include some trap space, and it is, as always, accessible. The elevator goes all the way down so that anybody in the building can get anywhere they need to be. I'd like to show you the side view of the theater because this is where we're really going to see our brand new view. Our current theater seats are 18 to 21 inches. In our new theater space, they will be 21 to 24 inches. In our current theater, the seats are stored back to back, straight on. In our new theater, they will be staggered, so you'll be looking between 2 seats. The seats right now are only 36 inches from back to back. In our new theater space, it's going to be 40 inches. And if you look here, there's a 7-inch drop from the first seat to the next seat so that you're looking over people. You truly will have a brand new view. I'd like to point out the balcony. We anticipate those actually being even 14 inches. If you were to sit in this seat right here, you would find yourself being only about 2/3 of the way back in our current theater. We are looking at an expanding and yet increasing the intimacy of a live theatrical experience. So we've taken you to the theater. You've seen it all. Let's pull back and show you a very special jewel in the crowns of lacrosse. To summarize, we anticipate raising $6.7 million, $6.2 for the building and $500,000 for an operating reserve fund, to create a building that is fully accessible for all, with expanded educational opportunities, increased performance opportunities, larger and better equipped spaces, and an economic draw for local businesses. If you drive up to the theater tonight, this is what you see. If you drive up to the theater in the future, this is the view. We ask you to be a part of the community theater. We're asking you to please give careful consideration to making a contribution to the new La Crosse Community Theater, where we promise you a brand new view.